Morning! We've just parked up at Dungeon Gill down Great Langdale, and we're currently heading down the valley of Mickleden. The end of the valley we're going to head up Rossett Gill, and from the top of Rossett Gill we're going to turn right and head over Rosset Pike. It's Sunday the 2nd of November, and as you can see it's just me again today. Our lad Billy's still on the sick, but we have fantastic news. His operation has been 100% successful. He's had absolutely no problems whatsoever. The stitches are due to come out in a couple of days' time. We've had the results back from the lab and the tumour is benign, so nothing nasty. So watch this space, because the rockstar is on his way back. We've still big things to do, lad. There ain't no plans of an early retirement coming just yet. The footpath is absolutely swamped. It's rained for about 48 hours. It rained all through the night last night, so I'm not ruling out a shower today, but it is supposed to stay clear this morning, so hopefully we'll get a good day. There's some fantastic cloud at the moment, as you can see down the valley. There's Pike Stickle to my right, and straight ahead of us is Rossett Gill and Rossett Pike, where we're heading. Winter's coming in really fast. It's starting to get cold now. It was about 5 degrees in the car on the way through, so I think it could be chilly on the tops. They're giving a bit of wind as well. Saying that, there's a nice bit of warmth in that sun behind me now. To the left of Rossett Pike we have Big Daddy Bowfell and the band. We're just heading into Rossett Gill now. Quite a pull up Rossett Gill. From the bottom there it doesn't actually look very far, but there's a few twists and turns and zigzags as you head into the gill. So as you've just seen, Rossett Gill is almost pitched all the way up, so it's easy enough. I just noticed these markings on the rock here. I'd love to know what they are if anyone knows, because I've got no idea. There's one there, like a circle with an edge round it, and then another one there. I can only think there's some kind of fossils. I see on the other side of the rock there's lots more. They're slightly different, these ones. They've got indentations as they've been filling up with water as the rain hits them. Drop me a comment if you know what they are, because they're quite new to me, them ones. Never seen them before. That's Defile buttress just above me. Defile's up there somewhere. And my pitched path is now starting to swing to the right, back in the direction of Rossett Pike. Rossett Pike straight ahead of me there, and behind me that beautiful view down Great Langdale. Little gadget here to show you. Nothing too fancy, just a little wrist compass. I'll keep the GoPro well away from it, otherwise it'll probably affect the magnets in it. Saves me getting my compass out of my pocket. I don't really use the big map reading compasses. I like the little ones like this. It's good quality. You can see north obviously towards Rossett Pike. Pike of Stickles east. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, the reason I don't use a big map reading compass is because I don't really use the big paper maps. I used to back in the day, but I generally use GPS for navigating now. So I always know where I'm at, obviously, even in bad weather, because the GPS will give me a reference. So if I'm on the summit of a mountain in a whiteout, the GPS will tell me where I'm at. In all honesty, a paper map, unless you're very good at navigating with by map and compass, won't really help you that much in a whiteout. You really need some kind of focal point to work on. So anyhow, back to the compass. If I'm on a mountaintop in a whiteout and I know exactly where I'm at, I can look at my GPS and I can use my compass as a backup, so I know exactly which way to go. Sometimes in really bad conditions you can doubt your GPS. It's generally always right, but you can doubt it. You can think, no, this ain't the way, I'm not following that blue line. So if you use a compass with it, much more accurate. But keep that compass away from your smartphone or your GPS, because your smartphone or your GPS has magnets in it. It'll knacker your compass. It'll reverse the polarity, and if you reverse that polarity, you could be heading south instead of north. A compass that's had its polarity reversed is easy to get it back using magnets. You can drag the magnet across the needle and it'll pull the needle back in the right direction. You can even use the magnets in your mobile phone cover, you know, and the little clasp. Top tip, you don't have to go home and find yourself a magnet, you can do it on site. you can get the compass working again. But I do believe once it's reversed its polarity, it can be a little bit suspect as to how reliable it's going to be. So keep using it on the day, obviously, but get yourself another one. They're not that expensive. Back to the GPS or the smartphone. I have enough battery backup to charge my phone about 5 times on the fells, maybe longer. In fact, I have, because I could use my drone batteries. If I dropped my phone and broke it, or the GPS app I was using stopped working, I've got 2 more phones in my bag. So I can understand people saying, well, what if your battery runs out, or what if you break your phone or you lose your phone. Totally understand that. But what if your paper map blows away? I'll carry my spare GPS, but if you're adamant of using the map and compass, always carry a spare map and a spare compass, because they can let you down. One last tip: if that compass does reverse its polarity and you don't have a magnet to reset it, you can still use it. The compass will work exactly the same. The only difference is the needles are the wrong way around. Your red needle will be facing south and your white needle will be facing north. So that's us at the top of Rossett Gill, and Rossett Pike now is facing east. So from this big cairn here, we're going to turn right and head east to the summit of Rossett Pike. Just before the cairn, actually, just here by the 2 stones. Behind me we've got Bowfell's northeast ridge that I filmed a few weeks ago when I done the Climbers Traverse. There's the Great Slab. You can see it shining in the light. It's very wet. That would drop you down to the Climbers Traverse. That's Esk Pike. I was contemplating doing Esk Pike today, but it's in and out the Clag, so I've opted for Rossett Pike because it's been clear all the way up Rossett Gill, and it gives you some fantastic views over the Langdale Pikes, so it certainly won't disappoint. And it's a walk I've never featured on YouTube, so enjoy. It isn't far at all to the summit. We're not far off it now, in fact. The summit of Rossett Pike, 651 metres. It's a Wainwright, a Burkitt, a Hewitt and a Nuttall. What a fantastic view from up here. a 360. Clags just rolling in on Pike there. Across the way, Fell. There's Fell's great slab. Down the ridge of the Band. Behind the Band we got Pike Blisco. Dropping off the end of Pike Blisco into Little Langdale. We got Lingmore Fell and Side Pike. Then back into Great Langdale and up over Harrison Stickle and Piker Stickle. Across the way to Thunica Knot. And then we're dropping down into the valley of Langstrath where we were last week. Back up onto Gladamara. And then back round to Allen Crags. So the ridge of Rossett Pike has another 2 summits. It has 2 more Burkitt summits. It's got Buck Pike and it's got Black Crags. So we'll go and find them. Buck Pike's not far away. Head east along the ridge in the direction of Piker Stickle. That wind was blowing like crazy on the top of Rossett Pike. Must have been 35 mile an hour. I've only dropped down about 20 metres from the summit and it's gone completely. The weather's starting to improve again. It looked as though it was going to come in bad weather, but it's blown over. It's coming in nice again, look. Right, let's go and find Buck Pike. It's a really interesting summit, Rossett Pike, because it's completely covered in these big flat rocks. You kind of wonder how they actually got here, you know. They're all just big lumps, as if they've broken off and fell down from something. But I mean, Rossett Pike is just a small pike of its own, so they haven't came down from the bigger mountains or anything like that. Pick your way through them. That wind's back and it's absolutely freezing cold. And here we have the summit of Buck Pike, 606 metres. It's a Burkitt. Right, we'll head over to Black Crags. A bit more effort required for Black Crags. We've got to drop down into the collier, and there it is across the way. That's about the 10th time my GoPro's blown over today. I'm surprised it even still works. And here we have the summit of Black Crags, Mickleden, 588 metres, and it's a Burkitt. It says on my app there's a small summit cairn, but I can't see one. I'm taking this as the summit. It's too steep to get down off the front of the summit back onto the traverse path we need, so I'm going to drop back down into the collar bit and then go and find it. Just down here where my GoPro fell over, we're going to take this path and it'll put us on the traverse path we want, that will eventually drop us back into Gill and then Mickleden. When you get back into the col, the path heads south and starts dropping down and traversing the hill. Here you go, just here. Heading east with Pike Stickle directly in front of us. It's a proper little lumpy bumpy traverse path right down through the crags. You really do need to know where it is, and you need to come and find it. There's a few little scrambly bits to negotiate as you head down, but nothing too difficult. We're not far from our path in the bottom, Gill. It's this last little bit of scramble to negotiate. Here we are. Don't cross the beck, stay this side of it. That path across the beck is the path over Stake Pass, which would eventually get you into Langstrath and then Borradale. It's the Cumbria way. We need to stay this side and drop back down into Mickleden. Here we are. This is Gill. There's a cairn there. Some nice pitched steps taking us back into Mickleden. So here we are back at our footbridge we crossed earlier and back into the valley of Mickleden. We've got about 1.75 miles of the valley we had up this morning, so I'm going to wrap the video up here. By the time we get back to the van, we'll be on about 8 mile. Fantastic walk. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, 2 walks without our lads enough, I think. Fingers crossed next week he'll be with us. We'll be taking it easy, but it would just be nice to have him along. Missing him now. Bye from me, and bye from me. Keep watching. A little bit more route information and a 3D flyover coming up. November, Billy update. He had his stitches out today, everything's gone absolutely fantastic. We'll spend the next few weeks in the smaller fells and he'll be back to them big mountains in no time. Today's walk starts from the National Trust car park at the old Gill Hotel in Great Langdale. We head behind the back of the hotel and down the valley of Mickleden, eventually reaching Rossett Gill. We steeply climbed Rossett Gill into the col below Rossett Pike and Howe Fell. Turning right, we head over the summits of Rossett Pike, Buck Pike and Black Crags. We then started our descent down Black Crags traverse path, reaching Stake Gill. We then head over the bridge and back into Mickleden.